ourselves as leaders is we're only thinking, if, for lack of a better word, small. Leadership is the ability to be aware of the future. Leadership is the ability to predict what the future holds and you prepare yourself for it. Leadership is the ability to take accountability for yourself and your team. Leadership is the ability to have different components moving and making sure they are aligned. Leadership is ability to be able to listen, not just listen to your customers, but also listen to your people. And lastly, listen to the countries or the jurisdictions that you serve. Leadership is the ability to see the gray area or hear the unspoken words. When I talk about this, I'm asking you to check yourself and ask yourself, as I am a woman and want to serve the nation, where do I want to play? Do I want a leadership role? Do I want a regulator's role? Do I want an innovator's role? Do I want an investor's role? Do I want a consumer's role? So there is no question as to if, and I'm very, very specific on this word, there is no question as to if a woman is a worthy player. There is just a question of where the woman should play in the value chain. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry about the technicalities on my side, but she's here again. I'm requesting everyone to at least be on the feet for a picture that is going to be taken. It's a good memory to have when she's here and then you're standing up. Thank you so much. No offense. Thank you.
Thank you very much on the honor. It's not lost on me. I'm humbled. Please let us know when you're done.
Thank you. As they're taking those pictures, I think I'm the only one excluded, yet we're including everyone. So I'm right here. Thank you. Okay. I'm sure they're done with the memories. Thank you so much, Ramira.
Thank you very much. It's always important to stand up and be counted.
Thank you, Princess. Now Viola is taking on the podium to take on the next panel.
Thank you very much, Princess Shamira, for that speech. Thank you, Rita. And so we are headed in for our second panel discussion. My name is Viola Sasira, once again, presenter and news anchor at Urban TV. So I will be moderating this second discussion. So if was to help, let's take a look. Female techpreneurs are taking their place in Africa's male-dominated fintech boom, but gender bias makes it harder for them to access finance and grow their businesses. Africa has doubled the average rate of women-led fintechs, but despite such success, many female fintech entrepreneurs struggle to attract investment. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Now, if was to help in inspiring voices of women leaders in fintech, we are going to look at challenges, opportunities across Africa. How can the law pave way for seamless women innovation? That's what's about the second panel, and allow me invite the panelists for this discussion. The first one is Brenda Magoba, Centenary Group Company Secretary. The second one is Flavia Kasenge, Easy Money Chief Operations Officer. We have Mercy Nekesa, Sun Details founder and CEO. And lastly joining us is Justin Namata, Bank of Uganda Financial Inclusion Division. All right, so our panel is complete. You're all welcome, and thank you so much for being around for this panel discussion Without wasting any minute, any precious minute, let's start with Flavia. Now, there is a lot of talk and advocacy around empowering women in fintech. Is this bearing any fruits?
Thank you very much. Yes. Oh, yes, it is bearing fruit. Look at us here. Just by looking in this room, I think you can see the powerful women who are seated right here. So, about 3 decades ago, it was really unheard of to see, or later on see, a lady preparing for a board meeting or an exco meeting. But as time has come on, we are seeing about maybe 10 years ago, we are seeing women being empowered. So case in point, you can see the leaders in Stanbic Bank, DFCU Board of Directors, EcoBank, Standard Chartered Bank. So that shows you that this talk is not just in vain. It's a talk that we are embracing, and women are trying to, get through the channels and sit at the high table of meetings. Also, if you look at the...
Flavia, yes. Sorry to cut you short. Could you please pull the microphone close? Close to yourself. We need it to be a little... that's okay. Sorry.
Thank you. So if you look also at the... Just let me look at my workplace back home. I work with Easy Money. And really our niche is to look out for people at the bottom of the pyramid. So when we look at the statistics now, what was happening before, it's men who were coming into the places of work, buying the machines that people are using. But if you look now, we have had a growth of 70% in women, and which shows that women are actually embracing, and the talks are not just talks. And then we have women-based banks. Look at Finance Trust, look at Finca. They came up just to give little loans and then trusted women to be able to, get loans without a lot of paperwork. And this has evolved. Women have started by getting loans, but now they are really embracing it. So we need to be able to keep talking. And also, if you look at the statistics, by the way, before I go very far, statistics or reports have it that women who are leading at top management have enabled their companies grow by 41% in terms of equity. So just a heads up for those companies that haven't yet looked out for the top women. And this is a report by McKinsey in 2022.
All right, Flavia, thank you very much. And definitely we shall be coming back to you as the discussion continues. Let's now go to Marcy. What is the current state of women leaders in fintech? Are the ladies climbing the leadership ladder?
Yes, so the current state of women leaders in fintech is actually growing. So there was a report by the IMF that in 2000, we had about less than 4% of women who are participating in just financial technology. And their report by 2020 was that number had risen up to about 14%. And so women in financial technology are playing a vital role. And actually, just to go back to what she was saying, was one of the reports also say that women who are top executives in big companies have been able to create muscle that these companies, one, have a higher return on revenue and also pool higher investment. So when we look at the numbers in terms of women leadership and how their participation is increasing revenue in companies, it's astounding.
Thank you very much, Marcy. Now, Justin, what challenges are blocking women from excelling in fintechs? Do you think that society is actually slowing women down?
Thank you, Viola. I hope everyone can hear me. My work was cut out for me by Princess Shamila. She mentioned some of the challenges, and one of them is access to regulators. So,
could you please pull the microphone close? All right, then.
As women, we don't like this back and forth. So access to regulators is a very, I'm glad Princess Shamila said regulation is very good. As she was talking, I was scared she's going to say this was her worst experience, but I'm so glad she said regulation is good. When we develop products, it's mandatory to engage a regulator. And most of the time, some of us don't know which regulator to go to. For example, if you have an innovation in payments, you'll have to come to Bank of Uganda. If it is in insurance, you'll have to go to Insurance Regulatory Authority. And there are so many regulators. So what happens is most of us don't want this back and forth. So if you come to Bank of Uganda and we tell you, no, this innovation is for another regulator, some women give up, or some don't even know where to go in the first case. So it's a challenge for most of us women. But like Princess Shamila said, she made it. We took her through too much paperwork, back and forth, but she is now regulated and she's finding work easy. Another thing could be access to resources, and this is in terms of funding and skills. We could be having women here with skills, but they are very few. There is a research that was done in South Africa, an information and communication and technology skills survey, and they were looking at skills in relation to artificial intelligence, programming, Internet of Things, and there was scarcity of many of these things. As women, what are we doing to improve our skills? We need to look down from our kids. Are we promoting them in the technology emergencies? Another thing could be the lack of information. We just had Damali show us information here, what private sector has out there for women, but how many of us know this information? So because we lack this information, we don't get to prosper. And then maybe access to data. There is a lot of transaction data, and most of the big players have this data, and it has a competitive advantage. So you will find that as startups, we don't have this data, and we cannot prosper in this fintech, in the fintech space. And also there is a process called the rule-making process, which helps to create policies and so on, but it is also dominated by the traditional players. So we need a fintech voice in there so that fintechs participate in creating these rules so that they are implemented in the policies and we can prosper in the fintech space. Thank you, Viola.
Thank you very much, Justin. And indeed, I think that having a lot of us fintech developers involved within the regulation, is regulation being in our favor? So let's move on now to Brenda, and let's talk about the regulation, the regulatory environment with Uganda as an example, once again, and are the regulations supporting women in tech according to your perspective?
Thank you. Thank you so much for the invite. First of all, it's my first time to attend this event. I do commend the organizers for the beautiful arrangement. So I come from Centenary Group. Centenary Group is the owner of Centenary Bank and 3 other subsidiaries, including Centetech, which is more or less a fintech IT company. So I heard, of course, someone mention that women struggle to keep their money. So just to make a very clear announcement that we do keep women's money in Centenary Bank, and feel free to bank with us. Thank you. So specifically speaking to the question, whereas the law does not specifically say this is a law for women and this is a law not for women, because according to our constitution, we have to have an all-inclusive set of regulation that affects everybody and without discrimination. The specific laws that govern, without being legalistic, just speaking broadly, the specific laws governing IT space do not specifically say this is for women, this is for men. So they are all inclusive. So what it is now is that we have a very good regulation that women also can take part in. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brenda. And we shall stay with you. So we now speak about the National Payment Service Act 2020. Is it a pro-women innovators? Does it say anything in regards to supporting women?
Thank you for that question. Still, as I said in my previous response, this act came up to regulate that space of the financial system that wasn't regulated by Bank of Uganda. So among other things, of course, it's inclusive. So if you want to play in that space, women, man, you're free to participate. So it is not gender-based. It's not, it's not alienating anybody based on gender or sex. So that is generally what I can speak about that.
All right, Brenda, thank you so much for the clarity. Now let's move on. Our panel continues. We go to Justin. And are regulators clear on how to empower women and have more women excel in the fintech industry?
Thank you, Viola. Just like Brenda stated, the law does not explicitly state that women should come and play in this space, but it invites everyone. So what the law has done has put up what we call a sandbox. So in the central bank, if you have any innovation in the payment space, you can come to the central bank and have it tested at just a payment of 1 million shillings, and you will have it tested for about 6 months. If it works out, it can be scaled up to the whole market. However, at the Bank of Uganda and the Ministry of Finance, we have the National Financial Inclusion Strategy. And in there, the focus areas are women, youth, rural areas. So gender has become a big issue for the Central Bank and the Ministry of Finance. We also have the Financial Literacy Strategy, and women is also a focal area. What happens is the bank trains the country on issues pertaining financial literacy, but women are given the first priority. When we receive applications from different people, if I get applications from 5 women and 4 men, I'll first take the 5 women. This is all trying to promote women and encourage them to prosper.
Thank you very much, Justin. And there is something I took from the trainings during the Women in FinTech Hackathon Week, and that was from Princess Shamira, who said that at times you need to forego your gender and make sure you polish up your product, because the market will take a good product over gender. So I hope we keep that in mind. Let's now move on to Mercy and Flavia, and you have a shared question. So across Africa, what opportunities are there for women in FinTech? All right.
So across Africa, so what's really interesting is Africa as a market is very, I want to call it fertile for a lot of innovation to happen. And sometimes when we're thinking of, especially financial technology, a lot of times people think, oh, finance, these are like numbers, balance sheets, and when you're looking at technology, this is like writing code. And yet, when we're looking at innovation in this space to actually solve problems, it could be as simple as, so a lot of women interact with money on a micro level, like they do budgeting at home. How can you make the process of making that budget, and sometimes they ask their husbands, okay, will you leave money? So when you make that budget and then he leaves money for you to buy food, and let's say hypothetically you have 100,000 shillings as a budget, and then tomorrow it goes to 200,000 because of course prices increased. And then he says, no, maybe you're not using it as you should have because why did it change? What if part of the solutions that we innovate are, can we have real-time access to market prices to reduce that conflict? And so there's a lot of opportunities because of the problems that we face, especially in our markets. Women have a chance to say, can we think of solutions to solve the problems that we experience? And from that kind of problem to solution perspective, we have a lot more innovations that have an opportunity to grow. And so when I guess to answer the question very directly, the opportunities are so many, such a big market, and so I think women can play a huge role there.
Thank you very much for encouraging us. And I think wherever there is a problem, then there is a job. Yeah. And I think that approach will help us to understand better how to create jobs for ourselves. So this question is for Mercy and Flavia.
So between 2020 and 2021, we have seen so many startups that have emerged. There are over 5,200 startups, but among those, a little half of those are fintechs. So now you can imagine that opportunity that we have across Africa. And then also, if you look at what we are trying to do right now, microfinancing, microlending, insurance, so women have to look out for such upcoming events where we are in the market, and we try and push ourselves in that space. I don't know if you have faced a challenge when you go to a petrol station and you get there and someone tells you, no, there is no network here. So I keep on imagining if you have no clue of how this financial sector is working, then many of them are going to go through that. You're going to have so many people. So for a minute I stop and say, oh, the network is not working. What exactly do you mean? And when you really dig deep into it, the person doesn't know how to use the gadget, not that the network is off. They're just not bothered. They don't want to press anything. Yeah. So that is already an opportunity for us women. How can we look out for such challenges in the market and intentionally go out there to train and eliminate those challenges? Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Flavia. And that question was for Flavia and Mercy. Let's now move on to Brenda and Justin. So how can the law pave way for seamless women innovation in Uganda and, of course, around Africa? Let's start with Brenda.
I think I like the response given by the regulator to the previous question you gave to her, that they are taking an approach of promoting women and prioritizing women's applications. So whereas the law does not specifically come out to say that, what they are doing, I like the approach. And next to that, we need to have national policies that will drive. It might not be exactly the law, but a national policy that drives women innovation and supporting women specifically. Part of what they have to do is to put up a budget, for example, that supports women. And then private organizations, of course, I like what PSFU is doing with the women and innovation in that space of SMEs and small medium enterprises. So then, of course, specific promotion of women, and also ensure that women's companies and startups. One of the reasons startups don't survive the second anniversary, we said, is because of, someone opens up a business, but they are not very sure what to do. So part of which is registration and making sure that you're regulated, you have the proper licenses, you have the right space in which to operate. So for me, that I think would be a very key item. And of course, going down to the younger generation to really drive that agenda and interest them in IT and innovation as women, but generally everybody as a whole.
Thank you very much, Brenda. Let's now move on to Justin, and please do tell us in your perspective how the law can pave a seamless way for women to excel in innovation.
Thank you. I think Brenda said it all, but currently, as regulators, most of the regulators, what we are doing is collect sex disaggregated data. And this data will help us make policies. For example, everyone we regulate must give us a return of how many accounts are held by women and men, how many loans are being picked up, how many are picking up on technology, and how many are using these digital services. So all that data is going to help us make policies, make regulations, and I believe this will help women prosper in the fintech space.
Thank you very much, Justin. Now to Flavia. In your opinion, how does the Women in Fintech Hackathon support women in financial inclusion?
The hackathon is really a platform for women. So if you've been involved in the activities for the week or watching from the background, they are really encouraging women to come up with their own fintechs and innovate around them. So by women just being aware that there is someone out there, like what High People is doing, is looking out for them, they get confidence. And High People is very intentional about it. So they get women to get to understand themselves and be able to get the confidence. Once you know that I can actually build something from scratch, the next thing you're going to do is hold your head up high and walk with confidence. So they are building confidence for women.
All right, so let's give an applause to the High People FinTech Hackathon. Okay, so to Mercy, what else must be done to achieve women financial inclusion?
So I think we can approach this from maybe two parts. So the first part that I think is support. And support on fronts in terms, first, family support, spousal support, and also organization support. And I'll start with spousal support because I think it really touches on a lot of the issues that we see. So I think there is a need for us to raise the young generation, especially the men, to not attach their ego to, or their sense of masculinity should not be attached to a level of control that they have, especially with women. Because part of the reason as to why we have so much friction with women being able to participate financially, be it savings, be it entrepreneurship, is that men sometimes will say, no, I'll make the money. No, when you make the money, give it to me. When men understand that if women solve problems that affect them and it does not take away from them as a man, it will allow us to encourage, one, our women, two, our girls to participate even in STEM. And so part of that will change the conversation and the narrative from, oh, a woman has to seek permission in order to participate, let's say have her own account, but now she has the right to because she's also being supported. Family and friend support, I think people underestimate how much, when, as an entrepreneur, when you're getting onto this journey, it's challenging. But when you have support from your friends, from your family, and not just support of saying, oh, go, but like, I have this resource, I can give it to you. I know this person, they're in the finance sector. I know this person, they have an opportunity for you. Like even this hackathon, like just knowledge about that kind of ecosystem will go a long way in allowing us to say, okay, are more women able to participate in the financial technology sector? And then I think support from organizations. So I remember when Damali heard about the work that I was doing, she said, no, come, let's have a conversation, let's have an interview, let's get more people to know what your product is doing. And our product is Send Details, where we develop record-keeping software for businesses and farmers. And so that audience that women as organizations, for example, Ideation Corner, giving women a platform, and for example, again, High People Innovation with the hackathon, those are skills and opportunities that are crucial to actually propelling most female entrepreneurs forward, especially in participating in finance and technology sector.
Thank you very much, Mercy. And it's really convenient that you end on that note of men letting women go and be free and innovate and excel in life. We shall be closing this panel unless any of our panelists has something to contribute to what Mercy ended with and anything else we've discussed.
So being the fact that women take up most of the population, I think we need to innovate around them. There is call for whatever we're trying to do to be around women. We need to incentivize women such that they can come out of their shell. I feel like if that is done intentionally, then it will go a high way to get ladies financially included.
Awesome. Very lastly.
Thank you. Just a closing remark is that as women innovate, of course, the law is very inclusive, but as we innovate and get products that we want to take out to the market, it's very, very critical that you register your business. And once you have your business registered, please run it very well as per governance, best practice. When you govern your business very well, as alluded to by Shamila, Council Shamila, you also end up attracting strategic partnerships which propel your business to better growth. So as I close my remarks, that is what I have to say.
Thank you, Brenda, for the reminder. Justin, anything?
Yeah, just to thank High People and all the other sponsors. This is a very great opportunity for us women. Innovation is the way to go in terms of prospering our economy. Let's support each other. No one can do it alone. We need engagement with all stakeholders to prosper. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been such an honor. Thank you. Thank you. It's been such an honor moderating this panel discussion. My name is Viola Sasia. I want to thank the ladies over here and the ladies in the audience, plus the gentlemen that joined us for this panel, and we shall continue with the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is the time we leave.
Okay, thank you so much, Viola Kusasira, my co-host. It's been an amazing experience so far, and for me, I'm so excited. Gentlemen and ladies, I welcome you back again from the Hackathon Week, which has culminated now into this wonderful, beautiful, experiential summit right here, which is organized by High People, partnering with the Level 1 project. We've got Modulo. Okay, let's do it this way. How about I mention the partner and we upload them? Okay? Okay, High People First organize this. Great. It partnered with Level 1 project, together with Modulo Foundation, Cyber PLC Academy, Ideation Corner, Crosslake Technologies, Modus Box, sponsored by God. Rita Caban, you're hosting it. Thank you so much. For now, you can surely tell someone, your dear ones, to follow us on our live streams. We have got, we're streaming with Met Media on Facebook, YouTube, and other social medias. We've got High People as well streaming this event on Facebook, YouTube, among others. And we are also live on Urban TV. My name is Rita Cabanyor again. Just to highlight for you on the password, many of you are looking forward to it. You can go to Miss Till Guest, and then you put capital G, that is guest 20. So that's the password. Guest 20, but with the first one being capital. All right, now we are looking forward to having more experience with the mentors that have been facilitating, that have been giving knowledge, passing on, sharing more solution, how to better them with the teams that have been participating in this hackathon. For this particular panel that I'm going to be hosting, we're going to look at closing the gender gap in access to technology, skills, and use of digital financial services. What should be done? How can we enable village women save at least $1 every week? And what are the major challenges around those particular lanes? Why are we speaking about this? Because about 80% of women in Africa are living in rural areas where they have less access to basic needs such as healthcare, education, and then financial services. Despite having the highest growth in internet penetration across the globe, Africa's digital financial gender gap remains very wide in this particular space. It's against this very background that we're going to strategize means and ways to effectively indulge women and growing the income base that is already existing in financial technology systems. Gentlemen and ladies, joining me now are the panelists, the 2022 Women in FinTech Hackathon, mentors and facilitators. Cynthia Mpanga, she from Standard Chartered Bank Corporate Affairs Manager, Cynthia Mpanga. If you're here, if you could join the podium. Marcy Angela Nantongo from Easy Agric as the Product Manager. Thank you. We've got Dorothy Kabarozi Wujingo, who is the software engineer at Efficiency Mentor and Coach. And then Cleopatra Kanyunyuzi from Club Tangaza as a co-founder and instructor there. And hopefully Wendy Nampo will be joining us. I don't see her beautiful face for now, but I know she'll be joining us in the meantime. And Rita Cabanyoro here. I'm the head of communications at Nail One Studios, which is the content creation space. From here, you are free to join us there. Now let's kickstart our conversation with oh, I have actually a space to sit on this time. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone watching us on TV and everyone watching us on streams, and the gentlemen and the ladies here. We now kickstart our conversation with in less than a minute, those of you who are here to summarize about the 2022 FinTech Hackathon. You have been interacting with these these women developers. How has it been? If I could start with you.
Thank you, Rita. So I had the pleasure of meeting most of the team members this week during the mentorship session. And I'd just like to say, one, I miss hackathons. So when I was in university, I used to participate in them. So it was great to be back in the space. And it was great to hear the ideas that we're coming up with to innovate in the fintech sector. And the only advice I have for them is, it's okay to not be where you wanted to be at the beginning. It's only a short time, and innovation takes some time, but also keep at it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Marcy, right? Let me cross to Cleopatra. How has it been? You facilitating, giving them how to develop better their mind map? Can never forget that.
Hi, Rita. Yeah, so it's been an amazing experience. I was here last year, still as a facilitator, and there's been immense growth in the hackathon preparations themselves. We've seen more female participation in the groups, which wasn't there last year. And they've been very open to learning, and they followed through on whatever was expected of them during the hackathon. They've lived up to the challenge. It's been grueling, but yeah, they made it through, and they definitely, I'm confident that they have a different take on how to design products better that are suited to address actual problems in their communities. Yeah.
Thank you, Cleo. Let me cross to Dorothy there to share with us your experience with the women in FinTech.
Yes. Can you hear me? So for me, I was really impressed, to be honest. I was really impressed. Women are there building things, and they were showing up every single day, and they were able to build relevant solutions for our problems here in Uganda, and I was really, really impressed with that. And also, they were willing to learn. When you're building as an engineer myself, willingness to learn how to integrate all these modular loop services and all that. They were willing to learn, and they're able to achieve it even at the end. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Marcy. Oh, the wind is here. Applause. She's walking to the podium. Apology accepted. Thank you for coming through. And I'm going to give you seconds to breathe in, breathe out, and then you tell us how it's been to interact with these ladies during the hackathon.
Are the 2 minutes done?
No. Oh. Let's be close to, for now, Marcy, to help us understand the current status about technology around the country usage by women. I do understand we have the phones, we have computers at some moment.
Do we even have the phones is the question. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So first, I think to discuss uptake of technology in Uganda by women, we have to also discuss uptake of technology in general in Uganda. And the numbers are very, very not encouraging. Let me use that term. So when we look at the Ugandan population, around 70% of the people in Uganda are offline. So when you look at the people in this room, I assume we all have smartphones and we use the internet on a daily basis, but that is not the ordinary Ugandan situation. So even before we tackle, the use of technology by women, we have to look at it even countrywide. And for example, of the people that are online, only less than 6% of those people are actually on social media, using the app. So if we're looking at how do we get women, using technology and participating in things that are technology powered, it has to go beyond, social media, the things we are participating in, right? And when we look at then women participation and women's usage of technology, the numbers I'm seeing are compared to men, let's say 62% of men are actually using smartphones and know how to use them. In contrast, women, it's only 35% of the population. So that can access a phone. There's access to phones and even knowing how to use them and things like that. So the numbers are dreary, but it means there's work for us to do, and we shall do the work.
Okay, thank you. I look forward to seeing that work being done to let us go off from TikTok making dance videos and actually using what we have to make money. Wendy, let's cross to you. How has it been like to interact with the ladies here? And then you share with me after the current state of technology around this era.
Sure, thank you, Rita. Good afternoon, everyone. My apologies again. It was really nice interacting with the ladies during the hackathon, sharing what I have learned over the years, my experience, my work experience, my personal experience, and being able to give that information and also seeing the reaction from the teams that were there. It's not information not known, but not often said. So it was really nice for everyone to recap, get together, and very exciting projects that the girls are really working on, and the gentlemen in the teams.
Thank you. I like it when you mention information shared.
Pardon?
Not well. You just said something very interesting. Information that is always shared,
But not often
known.
said.
Okay, I like that. I will not repeat that.
Putting you on the spot there,
Cleo
Rita.
and Dorothy, this is for you. Are women currently better equipped to digital financial services compared to the 5 years ago, if we look back there? And if a yes, please back it up. If a no, let us know why you're saying that.
I'll go first.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a yes for me.
Okay.
Yeah, because digital financial services largely rely on mobile communication networks for their services, okay? And according to a report by GSMA, in the past 5 years, ownership of mobile phones by women has grown by 15% and is definitely going to grow a lot more in the coming years. What does this mean? Women are able to open up phone-based financial accounts and have access to the different financial services that the DFSPs are providing. So I think we are getting there, if not, because we are already giving them access, and that is the first step.
Okay, thank you so much. Dorothy, what is your take on it?
Yes, just like Cleo mentioned, my take is yes. Women are more informed and they're able to use digital financial services. And this was really highlighted, and the spotlight was on these services in COVID-19. You could see you would easily transfer money down to the village on your phone, or you could actually order some items in the supermarket, or easily send, maybe your tutor was teaching your kids at school from home, yeah? So women are quite open as it is now than 5 years ago.
Okay, thank you so much. Wendy, if you could now share with us, why is it that, because it is there, some people have come here, have told us the previous panel how women are continuing, to save, but men at some point take it up, which has, I feel like it has deteriorated the culture, saving culture around women as well. But what is your take on what is stopping women from saving, use technology and adapt it actually to facilitate, their services?
So, savings, women have always been known to keep money better than men. But then there are so many obstacles that avoid the woman at the bottom of the pyramid to actually save. So I'm not talking about a woman who is in this room, me and you. We have options. Now, if we talk about a woman that is in Iganga, Masaka, the options are very limited. But some of the biggest things that hinder them from actually saving or alter even that natural thing that women save, we always keep aside for, for the family, for all those things, access and cost. Access to a mobile phone. It might seem like the cheapest, let's say feature phone is, let's say 30,000 or 40, but that's about $15. Not everyone in the village can be able to actually access, which is actually the majority, if we look out of Kampala. The cost of even running that phone. And when we talk about, for example, products that have been brought to the market to enable saving, apart from mobile money, which is easy, it's tiered KYC, you automatically get an account. The other really nice products have also been tailored to serve the people in this room.
Okay, how so?
Because, one, they are app-based, they're not USSD. If we look at how many people have, mobile smartphones, it's actually less than, it's more dominated in the urban areas still. So if we're looking at the woman in the village, or the woman even just, past Kamocha, we're still a long way to go to actually enable those things. We need to use sex-aggregated data so that we can be able to say, this is a woman's mobile phone number, these are the products we're going to give them, this is how they save, and this is how they do their thing. So we can get products that fit them best.
Okay, thank you so much. I do understand. Thank you so much for your submission. I know everyone in this room, everyone watching us right now, we all want to see women out there save $1 at least per week. Dorothy, if you can tell us how visible this is. Do they even have that money to save? Is it there anyway?
So if we look at the villages, people are, what they do seasonal agriculture. And really what that means, I'll have to wait 4 months down the road to get some money. So what I would think, yes, women don't have that money on a daily or even a weekly basis. So what I would think is, can they think of growing cash crops like tea that can be harvested weekly? And from that, you can easily save per week, per month, bi-weekly, So, and also another thing I would highlight is to spot, to do that statistics for them. Like if you saved 3,000 a day, what does that mean in a week? It will be 21,000. And what does that mean in a month? It's 90. Now when it's 6 months, it should be more than that, like 520. And now a year, you'll be having 1 million and around 80,000. So if you did those statistics for them, it will be more clear.
Okay, I get that. Thank you so much. If you could help me, before you come in, Wendy, if we were to talk about seasonal incomes here, you gave an example of tea. I do understand it comes after a period of time. Has it germinated well? Have you looked after it very well to supply you what you need? My mother, for example, will get income from cattle, cows, and these are seasonal. You might find it's not the season to bring up milk. So couldn't you give us a solution in the meantime? What can they be doing to help them, generate something for themselves? Wendy, come in that.
I was going to make a comment on the question you asked and the answer that she gave before. We talk about being able to save $1 a day, but then the majority of Ugandans are earning less than $1 a day. So how is that going to be possible? So I think before we get even to the saving part, we need to find out your question.
Yes,
how do we make sure that, income is just not in that 1 month or 2 months when there's maize and mangoes and all that stuff?
When it's time to pluck tea.
Exactly. But when it's time for planting, how do we ensure that these people have the right skills to understand that I can not only survive on these crops, I need to do something else? I like some of the projects, I think by forgotten the name of this.
Which one?
Like the NGOs that they do, encouraging people to rather have like livestock alongside, crops like coffee. So you have milk that you sell on a daily. There are apps that have come where they encourage farmers to sell things like milk at a better price instead of when you sell it.
Corner.
So I think it's a question of educating these people to know, financial literacy, where you know that muno mukabi, at what point do you what point do you need to save at least to be able to get some money after?
Okay.
So I think that's the way we have to go.
Thank you so much. I feel like that question needs combined effort. In less than a minute, each one of you give me an answer. People are waiting to hear what they can do in the meantime before the seasonal yields. Let me start with Mercy here. Less than a minute, please.
Okay. Maybe to supplement Wendy's point, yes, there's NGOs doing work. There is also, I think the government is also doing something. There is, I think, the presidential initiative that is trying to skill youth in, alternative means of earning income with vocational skills. Because a lot of time people go to university, but then end up searching for jobs for more than a year. So I think bringing financial literacy and also, since we're at a fintech thing, digital literacy classes to those events and those curriculums could go a long way to making sure people earn more and also keep more of the money they're earning.
Thank you. Cleo, 50 seconds.
All right.
Your answer on that.
Okay. So what government can do is to push for more loan-based products that can be availed to women at the grassroots. And this can only be achieved if they work and partner with digital financial service providers, or even people that are not digital yet, but also make sure that they create a financial safety net so that as these investors, so they're going to be like investors going out to help the women, are also kind of protected. Yeah, so government already has such knowledge, but implementation.
Thank you, Cleo. Thank you. Dorothy, 40 seconds.
So for me, I think if the women would actually start growing, what are they called? Vegetables. Vegetables on a weekly basis. At least you can harvest dodo and it grows, or lettuce and all those other, to easily get money.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to come back to you, Wendy. For now, let me cross to actually Cleo. How do Level 1 project principals help address these challenges and obstacles?
Well, we've already heard a lot from the previous panels, and I'm just going to echo what they've said. We have tiered KYC that reduces the process and the hassle of signing up for some of these financial services. Then I would also want to emphasize push payments. If you're sending the woman in the village Haka money, please include the charge, okay? Yeah, sometimes people are not considerate of the woman at the other end, okay? And they could be sending a very small amount and then they expect her to like take on the cost. So modulo or Level 1 principles call for push payments where the payee caters for that charge. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me cross to Wendy. Could you add on your point that you wanted? In less than a minute?
It was in regards to the government.
Okay.
What government has, done. What she said, that government has been encouraging women to do all these other things. But I think government has really gone a long way with the SACCOs, and I think they're planning to now regulate SACCOs to be regulated by BOU. But my point was really on what has to be done,
Thank you for bringing that out, because we were actually heading there. So please, Wendy, tell us what government can do, the role of government here to make things better, and what it is doing, how can it be done better, please?
Okay, so I think some of the things, like I mentioned earlier, it's encouraging SACCOs, being able, they're giving all this information like financial education.
I feel like you're a bit far from the microphone.
Sorry.
Thank you.
So they are actually empowering the women in the circles, teaching them how to, manage their finances, how to balance their books. So every time they meet, you know how circles work. But some of the things also they have done is to be able to develop a legal and regulatory framework, and that's in regards to the National Payments Act, whereby they're allowing as many fintechs to come and start operating. We cannot see the results now because I still think that most of the fintechs are operating in the urban areas, but time will come when this will now go to the villages to be able to reach to the last mile woman.
All right.
And in terms of strategies, they've also done a very big job around financial inclusion strategies, Vision 2040, to be able to include more people. But I think more can still be done in regards to reducing the interest rates, because SACCOs technically, and I didn't know this, but SACCOs borrow from banks, at 24%, and then lend to the members in the SACCO. So that means the interest is even going to be more. They're getting cheated, in other words. Okay. So something has to be done in regards to, cost of finance to the women who are actually getting these funds.
All right, thank you so much. We've got less than 5 minutes to conclude our panel right here. But let me cross to Dorothy here. I just want your opinion from the private sector perspective. What can we improve? What does it have to improve to engage women better? I know women, most of them are in farming, they are producing products to go out for sale. What can be done better by the private sector?
So they have to advocate for, first of all, for women to save, they have to trust what they're saving into. And unfortunately, you'll find in village settings, most women don't have bank accounts. So how do you expect them to save? So we'll need, let's say, the banks and maybe insurance policies to really educate the women on this, and also assure them of customer protection and also all the nitty-gritties, and make it easy for them to understand. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to cross to Marcy here to share with me as well. It's just basically your opinion on what is the current state of giving the historical background of the saving for women. To take Mkalega, we are putting under the mattress. You're saving in your children's school set. You are literally trying to keep the money closer to you, because we have got historical event. The men are going to come and take your money, so you're being protective. That is the historical background. From there, how can we improve? How can we save better as women? Please.
I think most of those things are influenced by the fact that maybe you've been burnt before. You keep the money here, maybe even at the bank, and your husband has access to it. So now you find alternative methods. So I think as service providers, we need to look at doing more affirmative action. How do we make sure that the products we are launching and offering to women actually find women where they are, right? So if we know that primarily most of the, let's say, informal sector is women, then we need to go and take our services to the informal sector. So, like my organization, Easier Greek, what we're doing is we're looking at affirmative action even for our credit scoring. We know if somebody is a woman, then what kind of offer can we give them that would not be giving men, even when we're doing digital literacy training, because to use our app, you need to know how to use a smartphone, and sometimes people do not know how to use a smartphone. So we make sure that the training we're offering, we're inviting 60% women to participate, because then they can actually actively take up our solutions and start using them. So I think as fintechs, as banks, as insurance companies, as players really in the sector, we need to make sure we're thinking of women and acting with that thought behind our minds. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We're closing this discussion, but with the thought of you, what are you picking from this discussion, advising the view, advising everyone watching, especially for women, to help them get included better in this financial technology space? I'm going to kickstart it with Dorothy as we come like this towards me.
Okay, first of all, I'm honestly glad we're already even talking about this. This alone spreads out to many women out there. And I also want to give high people their flowers. They walk the talk. Yeah, so I'm really grateful that they are able to even pull out all the women wherever they are, because it's not easy, and they're able to provide a platform where they can build these solutions. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Cleo.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. We heard from Ambassador Damalisali about what PSFU is doing. They're going to implement a model of the modular loop switch, which is going to enable interoperability between the different DFSPs and thereby implementing the level 1 principles that cater for financial inclusion for all. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Wendy.
I think for mine is not exactly to the women, but rather to the players.
Akatalekeka in this discussion. What can never be left out on your mind to
I think
this?
for me it's for, we need to be more realistic. We need to be closer to what is actually happening behind, outside of these, walls. Fintechs, government, whoever is actually trying to play part and actually claims to be financially including people should actually be at the bottom and see what's going on, design products that actually suit those people. Because here we are now overserved. We have like 10 apps.
Yeah. Thank you. Please, in seconds.
Okay, yes. For me, my final remarks would be what we have been talking about. Make sure that we are showing women that, or young girls, that there is women out there that are doing the work in the fintech space and also the technology space. And keep shining the light on those. And in case you need mentors as young ladies, don't be afraid to reach out to the people that inspire you, because that's how you learn things that you don't know.
Okay, thank you so much. And this discussion has been rolling out towards closing the gender gap in access to technology skills and usage of digital financial services. Ladies, after me for a picture moment. Thank you for watching us.
Yes, thank you, Rita. I'm going to request you. My name is Nicholas Kalonji, the Chief Operations Officer of High People. We thank you all for coming. Like we noted, it will be 98% ladies, and at least so far, Mudonman that has been here. Thank you very much. Before we continue, Rita, I'm going to request you to pause the photo. The ladies would sit, but I would request Cleopatra Kanyunyuzi, who has been the chief facilitator, to remain up here. The rest of them can. Rita, you can speak to the ladies to wait for you. You don't want Cleopatra to miss the photo? Yes, they can be seated for now. Cleopatra, you can have a seat there. Cleopatra has been the chief facilitator of the hackathon. For the past 1 week, she has been interacting with over 85 participants, of which 70 have been ladies. She has taught them, she has helped them develop, improve, mentored them, among other things. Briefly, Cleo, if you don't mind, you would give us a summary of your experience of all the ladies that have taken part in less than a minute or two.
They've been amazing. They've been very aggressive because of the tasks that were put out there for them. They've learned how to design products that include everybody, especially the women. And we are hopeful after this that they're going to do more meaningful development with their wonderful ideas.
Sure. Yes, Leo, second, after that, having been the lead facilitator now for the second year, in your fair and honest opinion, has the hackathon grown? Have you had better participants? Have you seen better compared to what you had last year? And what else needs to be done?
Definitely, Nicholas. We've seen, I've noticed a lot of growth. There's been more female participation in the teams. We've had more software developers that are the ladies taking like on the hard role of writing the code and all that. There's been a lot of learning of soft skills, teamwork, and from all the mentorship sessions. High People looks out for the best mentors to inspire the girls and the participants. Yeah, I'm very positive that the impact is going to be very great, or has been very great already. What more can be done is we need to scale. Nicholas, we need to scale. Go to other regions or bring in other regions in the country, and let's take this also outside to the rest of East Africa. And yeah, if we get more funding, let's take it, why not, to the rest of Africa.
Thank you, Cleo. We have Bank of Uganda here. We have Dr. Professor Mage Chigozia. We have Honorable Minister Joyce Nabosa Sebugwa. So we have the government, we have the private sector. So I'm sure they have listened to what you have said and they will help us work together to make this better like you have proposed. As we are moving forward, Cleo, don't worry, it's not a question and answer. You have been the chief facilitator and I believe you have been observing. The first reward we are giving is going to be to the most active team. This reward is a token of appreciation that has been sent by Bere Beauty. Bere Beauty took part last year in the hackathon and they have since rolled out their product and it is working very well. The participants have been receiving out of goodies every day, sponsored by Bere Beauty, and today morning they sent me $100 to be given to the most active team. Cleopatra, having been the lead facilitator, you have been with all the 20 teams. Without fear or favor, please let us know which was the most active team.
Wetase.
Soweni Wetase. Let me request the team Soweni Wetase to come here. Let me also request the representative from Bere Beauty to come in front here for a photo with the lead facilitator as we move forward. Thank you, Cleo. Wetase Sowani, your team. The lead facilitator has clearly said you are the most active. Wetase Sowane. Wetase Sowani, the team. The High People Women in FinTech Summit is the culmination of the Women in FinTech Hackathon that has been going on for 7 days, organized by High People in partnership with Module Foundation, Level 1 Project, Modus Box, Cross Lake Technologies, Ideation Corner, and Cyber PLC Academy. Here are the ladies from Sowani Wetase, Madam Chief Facilitator. In the middle, please, let us take a photo of the lead facilitator, a representative from Bere Beauty, and the most active team. You'll get your $100 digitally from me. As soon as you leave the stage, you'll receive your money. Because we believe in financial inclusion, we believe in real and instant payments. Your payment shouldn't be delayed. It should be instantly sent to your phones. Bere Beauty did it instantly. They used the bank to mobile money, so we should be able to use mobile money to mobile money. Because I've always brought the good news to the teams, whenever I talk to them, I'm going again to bring the good news. I'm going to introduce the top 6 teams as vetted by the judges. The top 6 teams, when I read your team, the team leader will come and have a seat here in front. Each one of you will have 1 minute to pitch your product and you go back and take your seat. Then we shall know what will happen next. The judgment is still ongoing. Maybe you'll score more marks in this 1 minute, I don't know. But I'm going to introduce the top 6 teams. While at it, Viola, could you please get me 1 more seat? Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Cleopatra. Rita and the last panel, Cleopatra is now yours. You can have that group photo. The top 6 teams, not in any order. I read the team leader comes here. Elevation. Insure Wallet. Academic Personal Assistant. Oliwa Events. Team Land Resources. And lastly, Go Green. Ladies, those are the top 6 teams, not in any order. Insure Wallet, Go Green, Land Resources, Oliwa, Elevation, Academic Personal Assistant. Team leaders, kindly, Academic Personal Assistant, Elevation, Oliwa, Go Green, Land Resource, Insure Wallet. Team leaders, kindly, take your seats. Take your seats. Team leaders. Yes, ladies, these are the top 6 teams. We had 20 teams that were 90% women. They have developed products. I've been told all the 20 teams are winners because each one of them has come up with a good solution. And I've also been advised by my superiors that all the 20 teams are going to share the grand prize because they have all performed well. Having said that, here are the top 6 teams. I'm going to start with academic personal assistant. In less than a minute, kindly your name and your solution.
Thank you so much. I'm Najma Diana from Academic Personal Assistant, APA. So our system is a digital personal assistant that basically helps students keep track of updates at their institutions and also make fees or tuition payments via the WhatsApp platform. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mariam Havila Mirembe from Team Go Green. So Go Green is a crowdfunding platform that supports climate-based solutions. What happens with Go Green is that we provide a platform for everyone with a climate project that is solving any effect of climate change, and you'll be able to receive funding in form of donations to implement the given solution you have. We thank you so much for this opportunity to fight this climate crisis.
Next. Yes, that is Team Land Resources. They traveled all the way from Kisoro.
My name is Nyarukundo Novita, the team from Kisoro Land Resource. Our solution is to help the landowners to get in use of their lands by leasing them to the land to the crop farmers. I'm so privileged for this opportunity. It was not all that easy for us, but we managed to get here. I am thankful to all of you.
Thank you for traveling all the way from Kisoro to come for the hackathon. Next.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bokera Angela. I'm from Team Elevation. We have a product called Kutayarisha. Kutayarisha means prepare. So we are enabling women have access to reliable and timely maternity services and products around our communities.
Thank you. Next.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maria Lucinda from Team Oliwa. Oliwa is a digital wallet for events ticketing, which shall be providing ticketing online and help people who wish to carry out events. We do booking online, and it will be an easy solution for people who want to carry out events.
Thank you. Next. Okay. Come and use mine. You may come and use mine, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon. This is Evelyn Nakanwaji from Team Insure Wallet. We are coming up with a mobile application to provide quick, reliable, and affordable insurance services, aiming to reduce that prolonged and bureaucratic process you go through to acquire your claim from insurance companies.
Have your seat. Yes, thank you, ladies. Like you have heard, dear guests and whoever is watching us wherever you are, they are doing something in edutech, they are doing something in climate technology and saving the climate and cloud funding. They are putting land on the internet. They are making land transactions and land finding, etc. digital. They are doing something around insurance. They are doing something around events. And I didn't forget, I know what you are doing. They are doing something about our mothers, expectant mothers, to save money and be ready to deliver with some savings so that we avoid so many problems. Ladies, you can please take your seats. Thank you very much. The High People Women in FinTech Summit is presented by High People in partnership with Level 1 Project, Cross Lake Technologies, Modas Box, Mojarop, Cyber PLC, Ideation Corner, and importantly, sponsored by God. We thank all that have turned up today. We thank all those that have always turned up in a special way. We thank Professor Dr. Maggie Chigozi for always supporting. We also thank Honorable Joyce Nabosa Sebugwawo for continuously giving us time and opportunity. Without wasting a lot of time, I'm going to ask the security team to make sure this laptop is safe. We don't want a situation like one that happened in Kenya with parallel results. Having said that, allow me to invite my boss, the CEO of High People, Innocent Kawoya, to take us through the next course of action. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Minister, Owechitiwa, Mama Joyce Nabosa Chebugwao, we're very happy to host you here today. And it's nice that you're seated close to our great mother, Professor Maggie Chigozi. I call her the goat of professors. Yeah, goat means the greatest of all time. Yeah, the greatest of all time professors that I know. And I believe many can agree with me for the same. Our panelists, our keynote speaker, Omumbeja, the participants, the women in FinTech, all protocol observed. Thank you all for making time to this very important event for women. Time flies so fast, but I'm glad that every single time and every single year, for us at High People and our partners, we come with a lot of results, especially in regards to making sure that we include women. I am saying this here today that very soon we will have organizations all around the world having a chief position for women, a chief woman officer, something like that. And it will start with High People. Because I wouldn't want to wish to stand here when it's a women in FinTech event and talking on behalf of women. Unfortunately, I have to do it, but I'm also happy that I'm the one who's doing it. Yeah, so I'm blessed for the same reason. But I'm excited for everyone that makes time to be a part of this very amazing cohort. The Women in FinTech initiative comes with a package of a hackathon, a summit where we are today, and an incubator that will start probably Monday or Tuesday, the starting week, for 90 days. And this is a marathon of empowering the women that have been a part of the Women in FinTech Hackathon more to ensure that they run successful and impactful businesses. Of course, this would never happen anytime without the generous support of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, who, for so many reasons, believe in making sure that we all live and work and participate in the world development as equals, men and women. And we at High People add a voice to that by running these initiatives, by making sure that we are gender sensitive for every kind of initiative that we run. We recently concluded the 40 Days for the FinTechs initiative, which had a lot of growth in numbers of women that are participating. But it's not only High People that is doing this. The government is doing a lot in making sure that more women are included. The Honorable Minister will talk about that. Professor Maggie will tell you about the fact that for so many years, the Presidential Roundtable had conversations about making sure that women are given opportunity. But gladly today, in East Africa, we speak about one region that has so many women in leadership, more than any other region around Africa. Tanzania has a female president. Uganda has a vice president, a prime minister, a speaker, and all that. It's happening in Rwanda and all other places. I recently had one of the telecom operators got a female CEO for the first time in the 20-something years they've been operating. And I believe all these are very important signals to making sure that we create a level playing field that includes and benefits every one of us. But starting with the women that are the mothers of this world and our country, the Pearl of Africa. Mine today was to introduce one very important person, but I also promised someone that one of the participants of the Women in FinTech Hackathon, that I would give her room to do my speech. Yeah, and I always want to make sure I live by my word. I don't know whether there is, one of the people has said she doesn't want, so I'm going to leave her. I've seen her quaking now, and I'll say her name. Cynthia has quaked. And then, where is Kevin Naliange? Is she here? Yeah, please, Kevin. Yeah, we had a conversation yesterday with her, and I told her that, Kevin, come and speak, please. Yeah. We had a conversation, and I promised to give her this microphone. Yeah, because this is a women's event. So, Kevin, please come and speak to the world. Yeah. Yeah. Can we clap for the woman? Probably you'll serve as CEO for High People for the next week. Yeah, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Naliange Kevin. I'm from Team Rental Pro. I won't say a lot today, but I want to give thanks to High People for funding us all here and for always taking part to involve women in everything. This FinTech has been educative to everyone. I'm certain about that. And it's been life-changing to me personally, because for the previous hackathon, honestly, I wouldn't speak in public, but here I am. Thanks to High People, the Level 1 Project, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Modus Box, Cyber PLC, and all organizations that have funded us. We are very thankful. And lastly, thanks to Mr. Innocent for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Madam CEO. Yeah, the dream has come to pass. I promised her. So I've done my part of the deal. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah. So, without wasting any other time, allow me take this opportunity to first of all break some rules. We have a guest that was part of the facilitation team and is a member of our partners, Modus Box, Sam, to come and speak to us for 2 minutes before he leaves to the airport. And I'll request Professor Maggie Shigoza and Honorable Minister, I'm sorry I'm going to make you walk twice, but I request, I'm not so good to hand over this one today to him, this certificate. I request you that he has a moment and returns to India and the US with a picture with the Minister of ICT and our professor. Yeah. Sam, Professor, please. Yeah. Sam. As you speak.
Thank you so much, Innocent. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all doing? Everybody looks great. Mosuzo Motia, good afternoon. Mojaloop. What is Mojaloop? So Mojaloop, Level 1 project and Mojaloop were developed with the goal of making available an interoperable payment platform for countries so that they can take it and make useful digital financial services available to their people. It's very basic. It's founded on very basic principles. Save money, save time. It's based on the key Level 1 principles of open loop systems, push payments, tiered KYC. We talked about how important trust is in a system. So irrevocability, shared management of fraud systems, immediate clearing, and same day or even more frequent settlement. So I won't be, I'll try to be within 2 minutes. One thing I've learned over time is that once you're in front of the mic, you lose track of time. In my mind, it's still 2 minutes, but it might be more. Thank you. I won't keep you long. But I know how difficult it is for Innocent to give away the time, so appreciate that, giving me the time to speak here. Thank you, Kampala, Uganda, for having me. It's very exciting to see such young minds and visionaries here. I'm sure that Uganda is in good hands. I just want to remind two numbers, if it is okay. I was reading an International Monetary Fund report and Bank of Uganda report, and saw that 62% of Uganda population has no access to mainstream financial services in 2015. And there is another number that talks about varied interest rate, especially very high interest rate for agriculture and low money lending for agriculture, even though it is 40% of GDP. So my goal and my wish and hope for Uganda is that a money platform like Mojaloop or a similar system with a goal of financial inclusion is developed, and a lot of people here and people who are participating in the hackathons, Women in FinTech hackathons, become core members and contributors to a system which will take these financial services to the needy people and support high volume, low value payments to improve the lives of everyone. Thank you.
Right. Sorry. We had Chigund was communicating something, so before I hand over this microphone, for the teams that participated in this year's event, I'm so glad personally, and we're glad with our partners that you made time to be a part of this year's hackathon. Very glad. I hope you're all happy that you participated, and I hope we keep the interaction and the engagement to make sure we bring all the products to life. But at this particular moment, I request all of us to stand up, and I request all of us to stand up. And I would like to welcome our chief mentor. She's not a chief mentor just for this event, but for a long time, for 18 years, as High People has been serving, all we received from her is a lot of mentorship. And a round of applause for Professor Maggie Chigozi. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Innocent Kawoya. He's the CEO of High People. I know you probably know him better. No, I know him longer and better than you. I disagree about that one. Honorable Joyce Sebugwao, OHT as well. She wears many hats, our Minister for ICT. Our partners, the people, the ladies and gentlemen who are participating in the hackathon. I'm so happy to be here again. COVID really affected us. The last 2 years we were not able to be here in the way that we are here today. So I am really pleased, and I congratulate you for your innovations, your ideas, why you are here. I've been a part of government for long. I used to head the Uganda Investment Authority, and Honorable Minister, I really want to congratulate the government on the role it is playing in driving ICT in this country. Honorable Minister, you worked on, first of all, education for everyone. Universal primary education, I think a lot of you have forgotten about it, but it made a huge difference, especially to women in this country, in that whenever there was limited funds, the boys went to school, for us we stayed home. But because of this UPE, and now USE, and then even university, the women have been pulled out of the homes, out of the farms, and we are now here. So I think, Honorable Minister, we clap for you as the representative of government here. Secondly, as Innocent said, we made sure ICT was top of government agenda over the last, well, of course, ICT is not very old, but since I was there in the year 2000, we began to push seriously that ICT be made available to everyone. And again, Honorable Minister, thank you so much for continuing that start, which was a long time ago, where it was, first of all, even connectivity was not there. So, you know, government did play a key role in getting ICT and submarine cables, underground cables, you know, a lot of things have happened to make it possible for you to have that phone that is doing all that. The regulator, we had a lot of the regulation from the financial side, but there is the regulator from the ICT side. So Uganda Communications Commission is in place and doing its role, trying to regulate, especially us, the private sector. Sometimes we can run away, we can do all kinds of things if we are not well regulated. And FinTech, the finance side, Bank of Uganda is doing a good role there. And insurance, we had from Princess Shamira about all the other regulators that are in place for the other sectors. And so banks and fintechs, you guys are now able to work because those two, government did play a role in putting those in place. Then we played a role in attracting the private sector. The private sector, you know, the big ones, the MTN, the Airtel, play a huge role in making it possible for you to work. But also the smaller ones, the various private sector. And now we have just trained you. You are now the private sector that we are looking at to take us to the next phase. Princess Shamira, thank you so much. I am so excited about the company that you run, Pivot Pay, and what it is being able to achieve, especially down at the grassroots, down for the women. It's really fantastic where you are looking at savings, making it possible for them to save, making it possible for them to access loans, so safe and secure, and you are regulated. And I think that if you listen to her keynote, you who are in this hackathon today, don't forget that. We must know that our funds are secure with you. We must know that, you know, if I borrow, I will be able to pay back, and, you know, everything. So you must have integrity. You must promise us something and make it happen. And congratulations, Princess Shamira. To High People, Moja Loop, all our support partners, Modest Box, Cross Lake, include everyone, CyberPeak, and One Level Project. Thank you so much for this focus in this particular hackathon on encouraging women. I personally have always done that. And to the ladies and the gentlemen in this room, if you take only one thing from me, is pull up your sister. Pull up your sister. Do not go alone. There is not much point. You will not go very far. But pull up your group of sisters. When I walk into this room, all the girls look at me here and they say, yeah, that one's on my side, right? You know I'm on your side. And where I can give you any help, I am always happy to do that. So I'm really happy that that Innocent as well does that. He pulls up his sisters. And now that we've started it, please, you as well, pull up all the sisters. Our ladies really have a rough time out there. I think the first panel talked about the culture. Women, we are still second-class citizens. So help us, pull us out, and we come out and we stand out here equally with all of you, and we are able to succeed and keep our country running. So thank you so much, Innocent, for this opportunity. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for doing exactly that, supporting women, providing them with the opportunities, especially in the ICT sector, which you are heading right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was supposed to invite the minister. Hey. Let me go back.
Okay.
It is now my pleasure to invite the Honorable Minister, Owech-Tiibwa, Honorable Joyce Sebugwawo, to address us.
Good afternoon, ladies and there are some gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen too. I hope you are all fine. Mama Professor Margaret Chigozi and my son Kawoya. I'm so proud of you. Honorable Member of Parliament, I don't know whether we have some here. The high people partners, donors and founders, the women in fintech, founders and chief executive officer present, youth innovators, all distinguished guests, members of press and media, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm good afternoon to you all. I'm so thankful and grateful for choosing me as your chief guest at this third Women in Fintech Summit. I'm very much excited to join you today to celebrate women innovators and developers who are using technology to transform their lives and communities. Despite growing global efforts, women's financial inclusion has made little progress over the past decade. Women continue to face greater financial exclusion than men, with shocks like the COVID-19 pandemic threatening to reverse some of the gains made so far. According to World Bank, Uganda's population was 50.71% female in 2020. However, just like the rest of the world, women were overrepresented amongst the unbanked in Uganda. Furthermore, women face additional financial inclusion challenges. For example, there is a wide gender gap in access to digital technology, skills, and financial products. The High People Women in Fintech training is providing women equal access to digital financial technology, skills, and financial to mitigate the current challenges. The training closes gaps in skills and usage of digital financial services. High people and partners are helping to achieve the highest level in this field by guiding the African continent into fully maximizing its digital dividend and potential, with the entire populace equitably participating in the use, leverage, dissemination, innovation, adoption, and adaptation of secure digital finance services to improve their lives and livelihoods. High people and indeed the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance's approach to gender equity in financial inclusion seeks to make sense out of the challenges and opportunities that stand in the way of women's financial inclusion and economic empowerment. Research done by the Level 1 project brings a deeper analysis around the drivers of the gender gap in financial inclusion, focusing on the interplay of social norms that limit women's activities and women's financial inclusion, which are not well understood or managed by most financial inclusion programs. We are happy that high people and partners are exploring women's formal and informal income generating opportunities that add value to women's lives and livelihoods using digital solutions. I thank High People for applying a gender lens across all its projects and drive stakeholder influence to advance women's financial inclusion and economic empowerment. I once again congratulate High People and partners for putting together this amazing Women in Fintech Summit. I look forward to being part of the Women in Fintech programs and other related projects contributing to Uganda and African development. On behalf of the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, the Government of the Republic of Uganda, and on my own behalf, I wish to congratulate participants of Season 3 of the Women in Fintech Initiative, and also take the opportunity to thank High People, the organizers of this program, and their partners, that is Gates Foundation, Mojalup Foundation, SciPic Academy, Modsbox, and Level 1 Project for putting up such an exceptional event. I really congratulate them so much. I finally mobilize all women in Uganda to join the call by High People. And you women, ladies, girls who are here, please, you have seen Professor Maggie Chigozi. I've been with Professor Maggie Chigozi for so many years. She has been in business for so many years, and she doesn't give up. This is the type of people we want. We want you to be like her. Emulate her and do whatever you can. Encourage other ladies, other girls to come up. There are so many there, down there, who don't know what to do. They are there, they are misused. They are, you know men what they do with the girls when they are desperate, when they are doing nothing. You know what happens. So encourage them not to be like that. Please bring them up. I thank you so much, Mr. Kawoya, my son, my beloved son, for what he has done really, who care for everybody, mwana gwe webale nnyo 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 nnyo. You were at my heart. I really love you so, so much. And I don't know what else I can say about Kawoya. I wish everybody could behave or could do what Mr. Kawoya is doing for this nation. He's a great man. You're already a professor. To me, you are my professor. And I encourage you to continue working so hard as you have been doing for the rest of the girls. Girls, please come up. Women, we are the majority. We are the majority in this country. Once you educate a woman, you educate a nation. So please come up. Encourage others to come and join you. There are so many opportunities which are there for everybody. Let's use it. Let's use the technology we have so that we can build up our lives. I wish you all the best in your endeavor. And I would like to congratulate all those who have been nominated, who have been excelled in these projects. Congratulations, everybody. I thank you so much. May God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the moment we have been waiting for. The Honorable Minister has said it all. Professor Mike Gichigozi gave you very strong words of encouragement. The keynote speaker, Princess Chimbugwe Shamira, gave you experience after 15 years in FinTech. And she's always very busy but available for support. I hope all of you try to get her contact because I'm aware that her team is always ready for any support, financial technology support, because she has to pull up other people. Isn't it, Princess? Yes. Thank you. As we proceed, we thank all our partners, our sponsors, our supporters, among others. In a special way, we want to thank Mate Images for all our production, all the videos, all the very amazing photos. They are done by Mate Images. We also want to thank Phenon Records for the great production, the very nice stage, the sound is on point. We also want to thank Mr. Hotel for a good venue and everything else they give in partnership with us. Thank you very much and well done. Right now, I'm going to announce the winners of the hackathon in order of number 6 to number 1. Earlier on, we saw the top 6 teams and they pitched all their products. I can confirm that the evaluation was done and we have the top 6 teams in order of number 1 to number 6. But for a matter of, for the record and for fact, all the 20 teams are getting a share of the $10,000. All the 20 teams. That means every participant is going to receive an amount on their mobile phone. Now these are the prices of the top 6 teams, but every one of you is going to receive something on your phone that will be uniform. Now that is going to be calculated like we talked at the start, based on your participation and attendance. Those that came for 7 days will definitely receive more than those that came for 5 days. So if one gets 500, another one gets 300, don't say how comes me I have 500, this one has 300. It will be based on a scientific and honest calculation. In number 6, we have number 5, 2 teams have tied in number 5. We have Insure Wallet and Land Resource. Insure Wallet and Land Resource are in number 5. You can come in front. Insure Wallet and Land Resource are in number 5. Each of you takes home 1 million Uganda shillings to help you take your product to the market. You have been saying you have issues like hosting, paying data. This is startup capital. You have 1 million to host your platform Fair Online. You have 1 million to start. And we believe the sky is the only limit. Otherwise, you are going to do very well. That is Team Land Resources and Insure Wallet. Honorable Minister and Professor Maggie, Land Resource traveled from Kisoro district, and they have been very wonderful. That is in position number 5, Team Land Resource and Insure Wallet. 1 million each to go towards the development of their product. Yes, you can extend on the sides. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Team Insure Wallet and Team Land Resource. Yes, you can stay on the sides, in number 4, we have Go Green. Team Go Green, they are trying to transform our climate. They are doing crowdfunding and sourcing for projects that benefit us. This week it has been raining, and you know what has been happening? We have been practically swimming in some areas. All that is because of climate change. And Team Go Green is helping address that. Team Go Green, you have 1.5 million to take your product to the market. You have no reason, no excuse whatsoever not to launch next month. Because by yesterday, your platform was working, you could receive donations, so you should go to the market. Team Go Green, thank you. In position number 4, we have a very interesting team. All of us like going out every now and then, but there's always that hustle of getting tickets. These ladies are building a platform for buying tickets online. Oliwa Events. Number 3, Team Oliwa Events. Team number 3, you are in position number 3. Well done. Again, you receive 2 million Uganda shillings to go towards taking your product to the market. That prize money is going to be paid this week. It is our hope and prayer that you will use it for that very purpose. Team Oliwa, please. You don't need a handshake from the minister. Ready? Thank you. Team Oliwa Events. Oliwa Events in position number 3. They have done very well. Everyone actually did very well. We hope to award all the top 20 teams at once. Oliwa Events. We are remained with academic. We have elevation, academic personal assistant, elevation. Who do you think is number 1? Let me hear you one more time. Who's number 1? Let me first hear the people on the left. Who's number 1? Not very clear. Let me hear on the right. Who's number 1? Where is Team Elevation? I just want to see. Of course, it is Team Elevation that say they are number 1. It is expected. They wish for themselves. Without wasting a lot of time, in position number 2, we have, of course, when I say number 2, you will know number 1 automatically. And in position number 2, to take home 2.5 million, we have academic personal assistant. Yes, academic personal assistant. Team academic personal assistant comes in position number 2. They take home 2.5 million to go towards the further development and rollout of their product. Academic personal assistant, well done. Academic personal assistant, well done. Yes, you take home this amount of money to go towards rolling out your product. Yes, thank you. And Team Elevation, the winners of the 2022 Women in FinTech Hackathon. It is Team Elevation, and you take home $4 million US. No, sorry. 4 million Uganda shillings. Worry not, I always dream and think big. It is 4 million Uganda shillings. Team Elevation, well done. They are going to take care of our mothers. They are going to make sure our mothers can save money. The father should make sure every week you send money on the app to help when that time reaches. Team Elevation, well done, ladies. I need the damage check. Well done, ladies. That is Team Elevation. Becky, please give it to the minister to sign it. Team Elevation. So in number 5, we have Insure Wallet and Land Resource. In number 4, we have Go Green. In number 3, we have Oliwa Events. In number 2, we have Academic Personal Assistant, which is up. And in number 1, we have Elevation. Those are the top 6 teams. I have an additional prize that is going to a team that is number 5. Now, because this is a prize that is not coming from the project, but from one of the partners. The partner has clearly stated that this prize goes to that team. She has selected the team herself. I'm going to ask her to come and join the ladies seated in front here. As I mentioned the prize, Princess Shamira Chimbugwe has generously, through pivot payments, offered 3.8 million to Team Land Resource. The reason why she's offering this is partly because Land Resource traveled all the way from Kisoro to come and take part in the hackathon. So they get an extra $1,000 from pivot payments. Thank you, pivot payments. Yes, now let us have a group photo of all the winners posing with the damage check and the Honorable Minister and Professor Maggie Chigozi and Prince Shamira and Innocent. Ladies, you can join here. Ladies and gentlemen, behind, for a group photo with the Minister. Princess Shamira, you might want to sit there side, next to Professor Maggie. Yes, yes, yes. These are our winners. And you see, indeed, like the Honorable Minister said, as the camera team takes the photos, the Honorable Minister said, we can change the world and we are changing it. Land Resource goes back to Kisoro 5 million richer. They didn't see this coming. We hope and pray that they are going to use it to empower more women in Kisoro. We don't expect a party, we expect more work. Well done. Thank you very much. The camera team should signal. When they are done, they should signal that everything is okay. Have you got everyone, Emma? Yes, the gentleman in front is Emma Mugabe, the CEO of Mate Images. Very wonderful team, doing wonderful work. Thank you very much. The entire the winning teams can now go back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well done. The next item again is going to be led by the Honorable Minister, Professor Maggie, and Princess Shamira and Innocent, the High People CEO. We are awarding certificates of completion of the hackathon to all the participants. We read your name, you come very fast, have your photo moment, and give a chance to another one. We want to have this done in less than 15-20 minutes. Doreen, Becky, we need the certificates. We read your name, you come pick your certificate, have your photo, we move the next person. Doreen, Becky, Rita, kindly, let us make one line and have the certificates here. Doreen, join in. Thank you, thank you. Otherwise, you have been all amazing. The hackathon has been wonderful. Lives have been changed. Hi, Cynthia Mpanga from Standard Chartered Bank. Well done. Hi, Sandra. Well done. Justin from Bank of Uganda. Wonderful. Mercy from Sand. Yes, that one. Wonderful. Flavia. Well done. Dorothy. Well done. Yes. Nagasa Jemaima Nyakato. Very fast. Nyagasa Jemaima Nakato. I'm going to read your names. You make a line here so that you are fast. Margaret Stacia Ames. Margaret Stacia Ames. Zahara Namiro. Namiro Zahara. Namiro Zahara. Yasmin Hassan. Yasmin Hassan. Yasmin Hassan. Nachanzi Shamim. Nakayiza Shamim, sorry. Nakayiza Shamim, pardon me. Sunita Sharifa Namujubi. Winfred Nandaula. Nandaula Winfred. Namuga Martha. Namuga Martha. Namuga Martha. Balunga Mariam Luzinda. Balunga Mariam Luzinda. Ensure when you take this photo, you share it with the entire world. In that photo, you have Minister for ICT, you have a seasoned professor, you have a seasoned entrepreneur, you have the best CEO in the world. So really, share the photos widely. Nankunda Josephine. Naluyange Kevin. Naluyange Kevin. Najuma Diana. Najuma Diana. Namwanje Zahara. Namwanje Zahara. Karen Kilabo. Nasaka Speciosa. What is his name? Aisha Waka. Natrijuka Isofel. Bukirwa Angela. Bukirwa Angela. Atukwase Tracy. Mirembe Miriam. Imokol Faith Ruth. Awino Venasa. Akai Deng. Ako Sharon Nora. Enoch David. Enoch David. Atwine Mercy. We are going to take a group photo, ladies, with your certificates, so you wait a little. Tusime Emily Queen. Tusime Emily Queen. Namwanje Hilda Patience. Kiaga Marion. Yes, I'm going to request, lastly, I'm going to request George to come in front and help us on something. George. Kiaga Marion. Okay, sorry. Kiaga Marion. My apologies. George Kasacha. Yes. I'm remaining with one certificate for a very special participant. Yes. Are we done? Okay. Thank you, thank you. Tusime Emily Queen. She communicated, I think. Karen Kilabo. Thank you. Yes, thank you for taking part in the hackathon, for not missing. We always had 99% availability on every day. Well done. Well done, well done. Well done, well done. Yeah, let them be there. Thank you, thank you. Ladies, thank you, thank you. Thank you all participants, all our guests for keeping time and keeping long. Justina from Bank of Uganda came at 8 and she has kept here. You know, development and success starts with timekeeping. So ladies, timekeeping is of great importance. Thank you, thank you. All right. George Kasache, you're going to help us on this. Yes, thank you all. I retained this certificate for a reason. We had a participant who actively took part. He was very involved throughout the process. Allow me introduce Kato Joshua. Yes, Honorable Minister, he took part for all the week. He took part for the entire week. Yes. Gentlemen, help us. No, they're bringing him up. They're bringing him up. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. We know Musa. Sure. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Allow me ask all the participants to come very fast. We take a group photo. Our guests will remain seated. We will all line up behind the team seated. Joshua, you can stay in front. Yes, all the participants, you come with your certificates for one group photo for this very important moment. You should come along with your certificates, Edith. We don't want a story of how comes me, I didn't have a certificate in the photo. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well done, well done. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, the tall ones behind. Those ones that are near the ground in front. Yes. I've been advised that some of you can sit in front, but that is sitting in front. Sit. Yeah, Emma, let me know when it's all good. Let me know when it's all good. Let me know when it's all good. Yes, to whoever is watching us, these are the participants we had in the hackathon. Around 85, more than 65 women, and a few men that were supporting them. This year we had like 5 groups that had purely women members, 100%. And this year again, like the facilitator said, we had so many female developers, which is a good thing. The journey continues, and you can only hope for the better. Let me know when you are done, Emma. Let me know when you are done. Otherwise, thank you very much. Met Images, Mr. Hotel, Phenon Records, and all the partners.
What is your sign?
All right, thank you. Now, before you go, participants, let me request the gentlemen to go back and we have a photo of the honorary women participants. Yes, the men, thank you. See you. Well done. Next time. Yes. Yes. George, please. Don't forget your assignment. Yes, George. Thank you. Thank you, George. Thank you. Thank you, Innocent. Hi, people CEO. Innocent, we are waiting for you for this photo. I've been advised that they will forgive you to be part. Yes, he's a man, but he has thought through this all. Yes. Again, very much fun. Thank you.
Hi, people.
Yes, these are the participants we had. Thank you very much. The participants, you can take your seats. Well done, well done, well done. We thank High People Foundation, Level 1 Project, Modas Box, Mojalo Foundation, Cross-Lake Technologies, Ideation Corner, Cyber PLC Academy, and every one of you for coming. Yes? Yes, yes, now this is the next team we are rewarding. Of course, this project has a back team that makes it happen. Without wasting your time, let us start with Chimbowa Joseph, who is our events manager. He's the one who coordinates all the suppliers. For whatever good things that happen, he's the one who speaks to Fenon, Mr. Hotel, and everyone. Well done, Chimbowa Joseph. Emma Chintu, the CEO of Met Images, he's the one who always takes these moments. We would wish to have him also having a photo. Emma Chintu, CEO of Met Images, please don't hide. Make sure you come. You were here a few minutes ago. Kanyunyuzi Cleopatra, our lead facilitator for training the ladies, well done. Dorothy Kabarozi, our facilitator, thank you very much for the great work done. Simon Peter Kamia, for doing all the technical work and for facilitating. Thank you, Simon, well done. Nicholas Inturume, our community engagement manager, who in the modern world is called the digital manager, the High People community engagement manager, well done. George Kasacha, our technical officer and facilitator for the project, well done. Doreen Namfuka, who is our administrator and senior PA to our CEO. Doreen Namfuka, well done for coordinating this, for ensuring that the meals are on time, everything is on time, well done. Nagasa Rebecca, our events coordinator. Nagasa Rebecca, well done. Mawanda Howard, our logistics assistant. Kindly, thank you. Well done, Mawanda Howard. Kasasa Derek is our logistics manager. Emma Chintu, kindly come for your certificate. I see you there. All right, thank you. Nabagai Lydia Tisha, she's training with us. She's our intern at High People. She has done a great job. Thank you very much. Well done. Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Yes, as we wind up, I believe you have all received your lunch coupons. There's a team out when we are done that will guide you. To the media, we shall have an engagement with me and Joseph and you. Whichever interview you want, we are going to try to organize it. To the rest of us, let me invite for one last photo, let me invite Viola from Urban TV and Rita from 901 Studio. Thank you, thank you. Let us have a photo of Viola, Rita, and the chief guests. Thank you, ladies, for moderating this. Thank you, ladies. Viola, for doing the over 7 stories throughout the week. Well done, and thank you very much. To whoever has come, we thank you. To whoever we have supported, we thank you. And we believe next year will be bigger and better. I'm going to invite Neza Charlotte. Charlotte Neza, our events manager, High People FinTech events manager, to give a closing remark, confirm that lunch has been served, and give a word of prayer. Thank you, Charlotte.
Okay, hello everyone. How are you? Are you all so happy? I remember what I told you yesterday, that you're all winners. You did so great, and for the first time we had more ladies, very many groups, like 15, which were pure ladies. That was really great. And at the end of the hackathon yesterday, you all had working MVPs. That was also great. So all of you, you are winners. Go out there and change the world. Okay, I would really like to appreciate Honorable Minister. Thank you for coming. It's really a great honor having you here. Thank you, Professor Maggie Chigozi. Thank you, Princess Shamira. And so the mentorship really helped them a lot yesterday with their presentations. I want to thank all the mentors that we had, Cynthia, Wendy, Mercy. Those I've forgotten, please forgive me. And so thank you everyone for coming. Thank you our facilitators. And I really want to thank Innocent for this great initiative. It was really not great. Years back when he brought up the idea, most thought it was crazy, that it wouldn't work. But it is really doing great. It is changing the world, and you can see what we have here. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nicholas Kalonji, our COO, for everything. You did great, really, and I'm also appreciating myself. Okay, so next we are going to have lunch. Thank you all for coming.
Why is it not okay? But then so kuyomba. Why is it not talking? Why is it not okay? Thank you so much, Mr. Innocent Kawoya. Thank you so much, Professor Magichigozi. Thank you so much, Princess Shamira. Thank you so much, Owechitiibwa, Honorable State Minister for ICT, Joyce Nabugwao. Thank you so much, Rita Kabanyoro. Viola, are you going to thank yourself?
Thank you very much, everyone, for having made it out here today. It's been such a pleasure, and I've been very, very, very honored to be one of the hosts for today. So we've successfully come to the end of this event. My name is Viola Xasera, and I hopefully will